Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. Today, we got a Watch Mojo video, and this one is top 10 times Karen's got owned in court. We gonna get right into this, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button, hit subscribe button, comments, think down below. Let's go.
Round one would be 10,000.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Adios.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Karen's got owned in court.
Well, this isn't Burger King. When the sign changes to Burger King, you can have it your way. Right now, this is my courtroom.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most entitled, rude, and Karen-y behavior from people in courtrooms and hearings that earn them a shiny new sentence, a verbal lashing, or needing to be restrained. However, we won't be limiting it by gender, and we'll consider any irrational, entitled, and rude folk. What's the most
It's like 95% of people go to court. Let's be honest. No one has any inch of respect when they go to court.
Karen or Ken behavior you have ever seen in a law setting? Let us know below. Number 10. Dating disaster. We've all been on terrible dates that didn't pan out the way we wanted. But not many of us have taken the other person to court to sue them for $10,000 citing emotional distress.
You've got to be kidding me. Listen, there was nothing that could have happened on this date. There was nothing that could have happened on this date worthy of that. This judge has got... I would be banging my head against the wall, trying to figure this stupid shit out.
If he responds and his response is a lie, it's perjury, then my documents will prove that he lied in his response.
No.
But then,
I love the... Gotta love Karen telling the judge the law. Generally not a good idea. Yeah, I agree. This judge isn't having what this woman is saying. Not at all.
And his response.
No.
but then, no.
This woman just giving me like, no, that's not the law. Don't you try this with me. Don't you try this with me, woman.
Not everyone is Kashante Short. In 2022, she attended a virtual session with a judge
I'm just gonna be honest, this is one of the longest names I have ever seen. Holy crap. Poor Richard Jordan. Poor man.
against Richard Jordan. Short claimed Jordan stood her up on a date in 2020 that also fell on her late mother's birthday.
We had a date. One.
Why would you go on a date on your... Hold on, let's ignore the fact that... Let's ignore the fact, even if he did stage you up. Why would you go on a date on your late mother's birthday if anything that goes wrong is going to mess with you? Because that's a very bad day. That's a day that will be hard to get through. So why would you do that? That's just not a good idea.
One date and nothing else after that. And now I'm being sued for $10,000.
Short, who appeared to be attending the hearing at an airport, got into a yelling match with the judge as she attempted to teach him about the crime of perjury.
Do not insult my intelligence as if I do not understand what the word perjury means.
Be quiet while I'm talking. You need to be quiet. Can you mute her?
Eventually, the judge transferred the case to circuit court.
He should have swiped left.
Number 9.
What an ending line. What an ending line from that. He should have just swiped left. Listen, he should have swiped left on that woman. He should have swiped left. I love that line. That's amazing.
Increasing contempt. Everything seemed to be pretty standard during an arraignment in Ohio in 2013.
You have 3 pleas available to you today. Guilty, not guilty, no contest. What plea would you enter?
Not guilty.
With defendant Ebony Burks appearing virtually, the judge ran through her plea against her charges of domestic violence and assault. But when he confirmed that Burks couldn't contact the alleged victims, the hearing went off the rails.
If you live with Mr. McRae, you cannot return to that residence.
Oh, but how you just gonna tell me I can't go home?
What?
How you gonna tell me I can't go to my house?
I just did.
You see, One of the victims was Burks' grandfather, who lived with her, meaning she couldn't go home, and she couldn't
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see how that would be. That would probably get someone fired up. Yeah, I could see why that would get fired up. Because you just tell this woman she can't go. She literally can't. She's homeless. You just told this woman she's homeless. That's gonna cause a scene. That's gonna cause a scene because now this woman is in a situation she doesn't know. Like, she can't do anything. She doesn't have anywhere to live now because of that. Like, I can see why that get her fired up.
control her anger as she argued with the judge.
Well, then you're in contempt, young lady, and you've got 30 days. So you're not going. You're not what? Whoa. Get back.
Straight away, she's sentenced to 30 days in jail for contempt of court. Most people would have stopped then.
I would have to see this in full to know, because I feel like they're not showing us it. Because if I'm just going by her question what the hell she has to do next, I don't think that's worthy of contempt of court. Now, once you get that sentence, you probably should shut up, but clearly she decided not to.
But not Burks.
That's 60 days.
So what?
90 days.
So?
120 days.
Okay.
I mean, this woman's just stayed and has nowhere to go anyways, clearly.
180 days.
She continued arguing.
Now, there's no way this sentence stayed. There's no way this sentence stuck. There's no way. This guy got thrown right out, and this got lowered to a huge, probably, she even served jail time. There's no way this stuck, though.
Increasing the sentence along the way. By the end, she received a massive 300 days for contempt.
You got anything else to say, Miss Burks? That's 300 days.
Number 8.
There was no way that stuck. I don't believe it.
Cursing judge. When Milton Watts arrived at a court in Ohio, he didn't get off to a good start. After all, he turned himself in after failing to turn up on a domestic violence charge.
Why weren't you here?
My mom didn't show up. Somebody died in the family. There was no reason for me to be here.
But it got worse when Watts stated that he didn't need an attorney. A big no-no.
Your attorney withdrew, so you'll have to hire an attorney?
I don't need an attorney.
You're a lawyer?
Nope.
So when the judge asked him about the bond, which Watts didn't seem to grasp, he instead responded with some cursing.
What do you want to tell me?
About what?
Bond?
Don't really give a to be honest with you.
For that, Watts got a 30-day sentence for contempt.
That's going to cost you 30 days in the county jail for contempt. Cuff him.
Not learning his lesson, he continued to swear, getting more and more worked up, which increased his sentence to...
What a moron. What an actual moron. This is an actual moron. This is... Now, this probably will get outshined. This is the stupidest one I've seen so far. The woman who clearly, in the date, is just clearly insane and doesn't know what the hell doesn't have a grasp of reality. The one about the girl who was homeless, who just got told she was homeless, I somewhat actually sympathize with her. This guy's clearly an idiot. That's all this guy is.
Almost a year. Watts' family tried to calm him down, but it was too late. The damage was done.
Go and stop.
How many days you want to give me now? Are you Sir County?
No.
Yeah, I'm at about a year right now in contempt, so...
In the end, the contempt sentence was reduced to 90 days.
That's usually what happens the most of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an example of why you always need an attorney.
Number 7. Instant regrets. All Brian Noval had to do at a hearing was accept the charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and domestic violence. But no, he couldn't manage that.
Based on the facts of the case, going after someone with a knife, court finds there is a danger to the victim. Court's going to set count 1 at 10,000.
After Noval heard he would be held without bail, he didn't react well.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, no, I'm not kidding you. That's the truth.
Luckily for him, the judge was lenient on the initial sweary reaction and let it slide after Noval apologized.
Suzanne
My charge was battery.
Oh, wow, I know, man. But that's the way life is.
As he tried to move to the next case, Noval decided this was the perfect time to insult the judge. Uh-oh.
So what did you just say when you walked away?
I called you a because you're...
Look at this girl. This girl was like, no, this fucker did it. No, he did. No way he did. This woman has the reaction on me. I'm like, oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. This girl's trying not, this person's trying not to laugh. They all know what's about to happen to this poor stupid moron.
Did you?
He ordered him back.
Did you see? He said. Did you see his reaction? Hold on, let's go back.
I called you a because you're...
Did you?
I love that. He's like, I called you, and he's just sitting like, did you now? I love that.
He ordered him back, and Noval, idiotically, repeated what he said. Multiple times, the judge tried to give him an out, but each time he ruined it. By the end, Noval was sentenced to 120 days for contempt.
I apologize, I was out of line. I'm just upset.
Number 6. Taped up. In 2018, Franklin Williams was in an Ohio court to hear his sentence on charges of robbery, kidnapping, and several others. Instead of being quiet and hoping that good behavior would score him a lenient term, he did the opposite.
Man just can't stop talking. Listen, there are some people in this world who just can't stop talking. They just gotta talk. And that's all they do, is they talk. This man just can't stop talking. He just keeps talking and talking. That's all he wants, is to talk. Learn to stop talking.
Turning the other day.
That's fine. So
here,
yeah. So okay,
I came and took my cell phones yesterday.
Williams wouldn't stop talking. He constantly spoke over others in the courtroom, making it a nightmare for court reporters.
Shut your mouth, and I'll tell you when you can talk. You got it?
Time and time again, the judge asked him to stop and threatened him with being gagged. Still, Williams continued chatting.
I'm going to tape it, and then I'll unzip it when I want you to talk, because the young lady over here can't take down everything.
Eventually, the judge followed through on his threats. A group of deputies arrived and put red tape over Williams' mouth. In 2019, he was sentenced to 33 years in jail. Number 5. Contempt attack. Melissa Hardwick was already in a bad position when...
I'm gonna say this is the... I'm trying to remember what this one is, because I've watched some court came in my thing. I think this one was like, she was trying to deal with an ex. Like, that's what the actual situation was, trying to deal with an ex, and then this girl got petty because the judge wouldn't just bow to a whim.
She attended court in Kentucky in 2011. After all, she was facing charges of domestic assault against her estranged husband.
You will be held in contempt of this court if you become disruptive.
But when Hardwick was handed a 10-day stretch in jail for contempt of court for disrupting the legal process, she made it so much worse for herself.
Haven't done anything to him.
She will be arrested for contempt of
It
the
doesn't
court.
make any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of court.
Once the judge uttered the sentence, Hardwick lunged at her, seemingly attempting to grab her. But before she could get over to the bench and do anything, Hardwick was restrained by court officers as the confused and disappointed
of just complete confusion and disgust at what she's looking at. That's what that is. Why do people get mad after the judge warns them? Like, the judge looks at you and goes, if you keep running your mouth and saying shit, you're gonna be held in contempt of court. So then they go, she goes, I don't care. So then they sentence you to contempt of court for a certain amount of days. I think 10 days for contempt of court. And then you get pissy and angry. What do you expect to happen? The judge fucking warns you.
disappointed judge watched.
What a dumbass. This girl is stupid. This is just stupid. She ain't thinking. You need to start thinking. Use your brain.
For her outburst of aggression, Hardwick's contempt sentence increased massively to 120 days.
Cause you attacked. That was attempted assault. She tried to attack a judge. She's being foolish.
You'll be saying what happened, Jennifer.
Number 4. Inebriated testimony? In December 2020, after Donald Trump lost his re-election for the U.S. presidency, his legal team went on an ill-fated trip to the Michigan House panel to discuss their beliefs on election fraud.
Oh, you look drunk. Tell me she don't look drunk. Oh, you are inebriated. You have drank some shots, haven't you?
Odd.
I know what I saw, and I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison.
This girl is actually legitimately drunk. This girl is the sassiest drunk human I have ever seen. What in the hell? Why would you bring this woman? You're telling me when you saw this woman in this courtroom, you saw her. You're the legal team of Donald Trump. You saw him. Saw this woman come into your the courtroom and didn't immediately think, you gotta leave. You can't be here. No, you're clearly drunk. You cannot be here. Why did they let this continue? Why did you do that?
Did you?
And what didn't help their case was bringing star witness Melissa Carone with them. Hired by a voting machine company as an IT contract worker during the election, she constantly spoke over people with conspiracy theories.
The star witness is completely hammered. She doesn't know what she's on about. Oh my god, no wonder they never got their fucking way with fucking Trump and shit. Like, this fucking girl was just, this girl probably fucked half this shit up.
And a lack of evidence, leading to her being admonished several times.
Sir, I wrote a written affidavit.
Carone's behavior and how she spoke led many to accuse her of having several drinks before her testimony.
Oh, she had to.
Even Rudy Giuliani tried to rein her in. Unsuccessfully, though.
Hey,
What about the turnout rate? 120%?
He wants to tell her to shut the fuck up. He wants to tell her to shut the fuck up. That's what they mean in the courtroom. I'll tell the person to shut the fuck up. I don't care.
Claims had even previously been discredited by a Michigan judge. Her bizarre appearance also sparked many parodies to add to her embarrassments.
Besides walking out and they're walking.
It's Saturday Night Live. You can't expect anything less than for them to make fun of a dump in the courtroom.
And then they gave their votes to Democrats, and then...
Number 3, no laughing matter. In 2017, Amanda Casal was in court for her sentencing over the crash she caused while under the influence. Sadly, her action caused Jerome Zerker to perish, and his fiancée Brittany Johnson was badly injured. As the court heard statements from Zerker's family, Donna Casal, Amanda's mother, began talking and laughing with her boyfriend. Angry, the judge ordered them out.
This is a court of law. You cannot come down to the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice and act any way you want to act.
Casal decided yelling at the judge was a swell idea. Surprisingly, it was not. She was brought back in, arrested, and sentenced to 93 days in jail for her grim attitude.
Ma'am, you are being taken into custody for criminal contempt. Your disruptive and disrespectful behavior disrupted today's proceedings.
The following day, Casal was brought to the judge and apologized for her behavior.
I deeply apologize for what I did. I was under a lot of stress.
The judge...
No, it doesn't matter. You don't get to laugh. You don't get to laugh while the family of a victim who died because of a car crash is speaking. You don't get to get away with that and go, I'm stressed. That is a choice. That is a choice your brain did. You thought that was funny to do. And good on this judge. Good on this judge for hearing that happen and kicking them out immediately. Being like, get out of my court. Get out. Just, because that is disrespectful. That is disrespectful. And it's actually appalling that someone even does that.
The judge showed leniency by changing the sentence to the night Casal had already spent in jail. Number 2, waving the bird. In 2000...
This is the great adios. It's one of my favorite courtroom scenes because it's just, I've never seen a woman deserve, like, this. This is a judge very petty at the beginning. Like, at the end, she deserves what she gets. This is very petty at the end, and this is an uptight bitch who gets what she deserves also.
In 2013, 18-year-old Penelope Soto, charged with drug possession, specifically Xanax bars, just needed to get through her bond court hearing without any shenanigans. But apparently, that wasn't possible. When discussing the value of her jewelry, Soto started laughing, not taking the situation seriously.
How much you would
Well, the value of a jewelry is just a weird topic to bring up, I would say.
you say your jewelry is worth?
It's not a joke, you know. We're not in a club now.
As she was dismissed, she utters adios, seemingly mocking the Cuban-born judge. For that, he doubled her bail to $10,000.
Count one would be 10,000.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Adios.
And that's...
I love that so much. Because that's so petty. Like, but here the girl just says adios. I would just let that slide, but not this judge, no. This judge wasn't in the mood for someone's BS. And this girl just happened to be the victim who started shit. Just by saying adios, and she didn't want to hear it. Not at all.
When Soto lost it. She yelled an expletive at the judge and flipped him the bird. Soto...
Oh, she flipped him. Oh, well, I mean, after that, you're going to... Yeah, I mean, you're going to suffer now. That was just stupid.
Was then sentenced to 30 days in jail for contempt. A few days later, she appeared...
Look at this girl. So much potential in a girl looking like her. Washed it all away, all of the drugs, and just because she wants to be a mouthy little bitch.
In front of the judge to apologize for her disrespectful behavior. In response, he dropped the contempt charge and the $10,000 bond.
I apologize not only to the court and you, but to my family.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Not having it her way. Marlena Pavlos Hackney ignored Michigan's food rules during the pandemic when it came to her restaurant. As such, she received several fines and found herself in court in March 2021.
Because she does have understanding problems of the English language.
Sir, apparently you have problems with the English language.
After her
She goes, you're like, ma'am, I'm here to help her. She has a problem with the English language. The judge looks at him and goes, sir, apparently you have a problem with an English language. That's the most sassiest response from a judge. I love it. Now he's being taken out of here.
Unlicensed counsel was sentenced for contempt. Pavlos Hackney didn't react well and interrupted the judge as she was being sworn in. Big mistake.
May I request? Ma'am, I will address you. If you would like to go out of order, we'll start this 93 days from now.
The judge laid into her, slamming her for trying to control the room. She then told Pavlos Hackney that until the court changes to Burger King, she can then have it her way. Yikes.
But this isn't Burger King. When the sign changes to Burger King, you can have it your way. Right now, this is my courtroom.
After refusing to take the oath again, Pavlos Hackney's new attorney intervened and asked to speak to her privately before proceeding.
She's not taking the oath. Do you wish to proceed, or would you like to speak with her before we proceed?
Afterward, Pavlos Hackney was fined $15,000 and spent several nights in prison. Did you enjoy?
No, I still think adios is better. I would still say adios is better there. That's just the best way of someone getting owned I've ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought of this video in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all for the next one.